Top 20 lifeguard interview questions and answers. Who is a lifeguard? This is a rescuer who supervises the safety of swimmers, surfers, and other water sports. Below are the top 20 interview questions and answers you are likely to be asked as a lifeguard. 1. Why are you interested in this role? Here, the interviewer wants to know why you want to work for their company. Consider talking about using your skills to grow their company and still bettering your performance by learning from them. Sample answer. First and foremost, I believe that I have all the qualifications needed for this job as per your qualification list. After learning that you were recruiting, I was motivated to apply for this job to put the skills I gained from school into place. I would be delighted to see the knowledge and experience I have gained being used to save lives. Also, I would not be shy to say that since I am still young and energetic, I am still learning to sharpen my skills for better performance and super experience in lifeguarding. It would be my excitement to see my skills and knowledge being used to do a great job and still learning from you. As we all know, safety comes first in this field. That's what I would ensure. 2. What are the roles of a lifeguard? In this question, the interviewer wants to test your knowledge of the duties and responsibilities you are supposed to perform as a lifeguard. Talk about the most significant roles of a lifeguard. Sample answer. There are several duties that a lifeguard is entitled to. The primary duties and responsibilities of a lifeguard are supervising all swimmers, spotting hazards and preventing accidents while swimming or around the swimming premises, giving water safety advice to all swimmers and people around the facility, controlling any unruly behavior conducted by the swimmers in the pool or swimming premises, conducting water rescue, giving first aids including CPR whenever an accident occurs. To the best of my knowledge, these are the primary duties and responsibilities that a lifeguard should perform. 3. What are the qualities that a lifeguard need to be successful? Your interviewer wants you to tell them the qualities and skills that a lifeguard is supposed to have in order to perform well in their duties. Talk about the qualities of a good lifeguard. Sample answer. As a lifeguard, one should first have the life-saving skills and should understand the procedure well, since this is a field that involves saving someone's life. A good lifesaver should be strong, energetic, and should have enough stamina since one needs to carry other people while they are still swimming. Also, they should be aware of all the safety measures and health procedures that should be taken during swimming. A good lifeguard should always be alert and have a sense of responsibility. Lastly, a good lifeguard should be able to remain calm and act appropriately in emergency situations. 4. What major challenges did you face during your last role? How did you manage? Your interviewer is asking you about the main difficulties you came across in your previous roles as a lifeguard. Talk about the main challenges you encountered and how you were able to manage them. Sample answer. As a lifeguard, there are a number of challenges that I have come across in swimming facilities. I must say that this is a job that can endanger my life too as a lifeguard. Sometimes, especially in oceans, nature might not be friendly. Ocean lifesavers may largely get neck and back injuries when lifting victims while still fighting for their lives due to the harsh water conditions. Sometimes, there may be exposure to blood. This is an event that has happened to me severally while saving victims during harsh weather conditions. That was the biggest challenge in my lifeguard career. 5. Describe your daily routine as a lifeguard. The interviewer wants to know how you will perform your duties daily. Give them a very organized schedule starting with the first activity until the last activity of the day. Sample answer. As a lifeguard, I wake up early and start working out before I get to work. I take a shower and of course breakfast, and rush to my job site. After arrival, I report to my supervisor and get a brief about my today's shift. I get my swimming costume and all the safety apparatus like the first aid box and start my shift. I first study the waters and weather and then let swimmers in if all is well. The most time of the day would be watching and attending to any emergency that may occur. Mostly, shifts are planned on 30 minutes basis and I shift to another area. 6. Describe briefly about your experience. Here, the interviewer is asking you about the past skills and experience that you have gained. Talk about the various workplaces you have worked, the skills and experience you gained, and how long you worked for them. Sample answer. After completing my full lifeguarding course, I was employed in a certain hotel as an intern where I gained startup experience about lifeguarding. I worked in this post for 1 year and I was employed on a 2-year contract. After completing my contract, I was employed to work as a lifesaver on a private beach at the ocean. This is where I gained a lot of experience. Here, I worked for 5 years before the private beach being closed down due to COVID-19 protocol. That would be enough experience working as a lifeguard in your facility. 7. What kind of strategies and mindset is required for this role? The interviewer wants to know what your attitude is towards this role. Talk about the main focus as a lifeguard. Sample answer. As a lifeguard, my main focus should be doing all I can to attend to all emergencies as expected as save lives. Many lives are lost in water bodies and this has been a fear to every swimmer regardless of their swimming skills and levels. This is what I am doing all I can to avoid. No life should be lost in my hands as a lifeguard. 8. What is the biggest challenge that you foresee in this job? The interviewer is asking you about the biggest challenge that you think might affect this field in the future. Talk about the challenge and propose a solution if possible. Sample answer. Out of experience, I must say that lifeguards are likely to face a lot of challenges in the future. The biggest problem that may be experienced in this field is ignorance of safety measures put in place. Even now, you can find swimmers breaking safety rules and regulations without knowing that it is for their safety. Adhering to the safety measures will give lifesavers an easy time and at the same time, everyone will be safe. 9. How do you stay motivated in your work? The interviewer is asking you what it is that gives you psych and morale while working. Consider talking about your aims and achievements as your motivators. Sample answer. As far as my career is concerned, my main motivators are the achievements and goals that I have been able to attain in my career. My main goal is to respond to all emergency situations like strokes, diabetes, and others that may occur around me. Whenever I save a life, I always feel that I am doing a great job and I am always motivated to do it again and again. 10. Describe a time when you failed in this role and the lessons you learned. The interviewer is aware that you must have made a mistake in your previous role, and you learned from it. Talk about an event where you responded to situations and things did not go as expected. Sample answer. As a lifeguard, the first thing to do before letting the swimmers in is making sure that all hazards, rules, and regulations are put in place and placed in an area where everyone can see them. At my entry level when I was serving as an intern, I forgot to erect the rules post. That day we responded to many emergency situations. The supervisor came to know what was happening and observed that I had not erected the rules and guideline posts. This was a failure at my end. I learned that it is very important to erect them to a place that everyone can see them. 11. Why do you feel you are most suited for this role? The interviewer expects you to tell them why you think that you are the best candidate for that post and not any other candidate. Talk about the unique qualities and experiences that you have. Sample answer. To avoid mistakes that I did at my entry level, it is important to recruit a candidate that has experience in this field. Since this is a very big area where emergencies are likely to occur more, you need a very well-experienced lifesaver for quick response and having that knowledge on how to respond to situations calmly. Having 6 years of experience is what a lifesaver in your facility needs. I hope that you will consider my experience as an added advantage. 12. Share with us your greatest achievement. Your interviewer wants to know the biggest goals that you have achieved in your career. Talk about any awards, promotions, and goals that you achieved in your previous roles. Sample answer. Lifeguards involve themselves in drills and competitions as a sport and at the same time growing their skills for efficient performance. We regularly have competitions on how to save lives when someone is having a medical condition or even drowning in the water. For the last 3 years that we have done this, I have been the winner. This is a great achievement that makes a lifesaver be recognized due to their excellent performing skills. Winning these competitions is always my biggest achievement. 13. Tell us 6 safety measures that should be taken when in the swimming area. Your interviewer wants to know whether you are aware of the rules that you should make sure that they are observed in the swimming area. Clearly talk about the main ones. Sample answer. Since there are a lot of hazards that may occur while swimming, these are the safety measures that one should observe while swimming. 1. Look for and read all the signs erected at the swimming area before getting into the water. 2. Always walk and do not run. 3. Be careful when walking into the pool. 4. Always stay within your swimming abilities. 5. You should never swim alone. 6. Do not drink alcohol and swim. 7. Play carefully. 8. Look before you leap or dive in. These are some of the key rules and regulations that should be made clear in a swimming area. It is my duty as a lifeguard to make sure that they are observed. 14. Tell us about the 4 main lifeguards that you know of. The interviewer is testing your knowledge on the types of lifeguards that exist in this career. Mention and briefly explain. Sample answer. There are 4 types of lifeguards. These are: 1. Pool lifeguards. These are individuals who ensure savings are done on drowning victims in a swimming pool. 2. Water park lifeguards. This is an individual who is responsible for maintaining public relations and order in and around the pool area. 3. Waterfront lifeguards. These ensure principles and maturity is observed in the swimming area. 4. Surf lifesavers. These move in groups conducting a patrol in oceans under a patrol captain to ensure safety in large water bodies. 15. What are the different types of safety equipment that a lifeguard needs? The interviewer wants you to tell them the different types of safety equipment that are used to save lives in water bodies. Talk about the main. Sample answer. These equipment include: 1. Rescue tubes. 2. Rescue cans. 3. Rescue boards. 4. Backboards. 5. Ring buoys. 6. Life hook. 7. Life vest. 8. Throw bags. These are few among the many safety equipment that I would have as a lifeguard. 16. Take us through the life-saving process. The interviewer wants to see whether you know the process of life-saving a drowning victim. Sample answer. First, approach the victim from the front and hold their opposite direction hand. Pull them towards you and support the victim's head with your hands. Place saving tube underneath their back and pull them towards the exit. Give them first aid and rush them to the nearest health facility. 17. What would be the first thing to do after pulling a victim out of water? The interviewer wants to see whether you are aware of what you should do after saving a drowning victim. Sample answer. The first thing to do is to offer first aid services to the victim and rush them to the nearest health facility. 18. Why did you leave your previous role? The interviewer wants to know why you quit your job to apply for a position in their facility. Talk about what made you leave your previous workplace. Sample answer. As earlier stated, the COVID-19 pandemic has really affected the swimming and recreational services around the globe. To curb the spread of this deadly virus, the private beach that I worked for was closed down. Since I have no job at the moment, I thought of getting a new job to support my family and pay bills. 19. What would your previous boss describe you? The interviewer wants to study what your relationship with your previous role was like. How would they, and what would they say about you? Sample answer. In my previous role, I worked very closely with my boss, Mr. Clinton. I am very sure that he would describe me as a person who has a swimming talent, a person who likes swimming with passion, and a very focused person when completing tasks assigned to me. I know he would say that out of the great performance that I have performed in their facility and the great results I have brought to them. 20. What are your greatest fears in your career? The interviewer wants you to tell them what you would not like to happen to you in your career. Talk about your fears in your career. Sample answer. As a lifeguard, to be honest, my biggest fear would be losing life in my hands. It has happened to several lifeguards. Although I have never experienced that, I would never want to reach in a situation where we have to lose life in water.